I'm working on painting a couple of leaves here on an illustration, so I thought I'd show you the process. These are bumpy leaves from a trumpet vine, and I've got my very thin brush here with a little bit of dark green paint, which I mixed with sap green and indigo, and I'm just taking this and I'm giving it a really quick kind of outline. And don't be afraid to turn your paper as you're working. Sometimes you get a better line moving in one direction than another. These leaves have a serrated edge. And then I want to make sure I have a good difference between this stem that's coming in like this, and here we've got some buds, so I'm just gonna kind of give those a quick outline. Here's the other side of that leaf, and I don't know what's gonna happen here. I think that leaf's gonna have to come up into this area a little bit, and I'll just make a little edge here. All right, we've got the one leaf outlined. Now we'll quickly go over this one. Now we're ready to fill in. So I'm going to establish some, just some dark lines to help me get started here. I'm going to go down the center, but not quite the center, because I'm going to keep a little bit of an area on the other side to create that center vein. There's my center vein, and now I've got these little side veinings that I'm going to add like this. When you feel that drag on your brush, you know that you need to get some more paint on there. And after I get these basic lines in, I'm going to take some green. It's not quite as dark as the lines I just used. And now I'm going to switch to a little larger brush. And before that dries, I'm just going to kind of draw it up and around these parts. Around. This is really pretty wet paint, so don't work too dry at this stage. And then I'm going to take the clean my brush and blot it with a paper towel. And then before this is completely dry, I'm just going to run my brush through it. So this kind of, and then I'm going to go along this edge and just soften that edge. And as I'm softening, and then I can go back, I take some of my lighter green and run it through here. If you find that you get too much of lines, you just drag water through it, and you can kind of start over. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to do the same kind of process on this side. And then blot my brush so that it's just damp and has water in it. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend these together. But I'm always working with my brush facing towards the area I want to become darker. And by doing that, it helps to keep the lighter part lighter, and it draws the paint into the darker areas. If I were to turn my paper